Another Radiohead song that I'm like, where the hell have I been? I've been under the
Mhm.
rocks, my head, you know.
Oh no,
Um,
I know what happened. I mean, you didn't like the turn they took, and you figured, they were on that trajectory.
we talked about that, yeah.
And
And they,
why, with all the music out there, it's like, sometimes a band goes in a certain direction, and you don't check back with them
I
because you're
didn't.
listening to other stuff.
That's it. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. My name is Greg. That guy over there is Chris. And Chris, what surprise do you have for me today?
Okay, I've got another Radiohead song.
All
It's
right.
called Lotus Flower.
Okay. Don't know the song.
Oh,
Don't know
okay.
the name of the song.
Yeah,
Um,
you might still know the song, right?
I might know the song. I got a feeling maybe not. There's some certain song titles that just I go, it has a chance. I'm like, it has no snowball's chance in hell. Yeah, who
You're
knows?
gonna find out in a minute.
I'm gonna
So,
find out in a minute. Let me go.
all right.
That was beautiful.
Hey, I'm back. No, never heard of that song. Um, is this
Wow.
from is is this from the Rainbow album?
No,
Because it sounds, it's got that very electronic uh sound, right? That, like, I would say from the early part of the 2000s, like around Kid A. That said, it sounded also a little bit like Separator, and
it's from
just
it's from the album Separator is on.
I thought that was Rainbow.
No, Separator was on this album, which is The King of Limbs.
Okay. All right. So
So
I didn't strike out completely because
no,
the
but
connection I made.
this came out in 2011. This was after the In
Right.
Rainbow.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right.
But
Well, of course you're right.
close. I think In Rainbows came out in 2008. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
But
Uh,
I'm smiling, man, because I'm like, at least I made that connection with the
yeah,
separator.
yeah,
It
you
did. It
did.
just had that sort of, yeah, I like the song. It was really good. Yeah, for a first listen, another Radiohead song that I'm like, where the hell have I been? I've been under the
Mhm.
rocks, my head, you know.
Oh no,
Um,
I know what happened. I mean, you didn't like the turn they took, and you figured, they were on that trajectory.
we talked about that, yeah,
And
and they,
why, with all the music out there, it's like, sometimes a band goes in a certain direction, and you don't check back with them
I
because you're
didn't.
listening to other stuff.
That's it.
What,
Um,
what what really got well, I
yeah,
like a lot of things about this song, but the that really really heavy low bass in the beginning, just really boy,
yeah,
that really grounds you.
yeah.
Um, just yeah, I can't really tell you what this is about though. I don't really know from the lyrics.
Before you get into that, just want to say, um, I like the rhythm of the song too throughout,
Hmm.
because again, when I at first I picked up like, oh,
Probably
this
one of
is,
their more overtly rhythmic songs.
yeah, and that's when it started to feel a little bit like the Separator song, which I love. I think that Separator song, I think Separator is one of the best. Like for me personally, I love that song. It's probably why we haven't actually, both Chris and I know that song. We haven't done it. We'll probably come up with some sort of version. We'll be able to react to it because it's a
Yeah.
great song. That
We
said,
actually did two other songs from this album. We did Bloom, remember?
yeah, yeah,
And we also did Codex.
yeah. I might have to invest in this album.
I I
Yeah,
like every except for one song that I'm not crazy about. Everything else is one or two songs actually. The rest I really like. I really like this album when it came out.
and again with the electronic sound, I started thinking, oh, this is from like one of those early ones, from the early 2000s. Like, ah,
Oh, in the
okay,
beginning, you
he's
mean?
giving
In
me
the
this,
very
yeah. And then what happened was that like I said, the movement of like the rhythm was just, it was moving. It had like a chord change or two. It just worked and it moved. And I was like, and then of course Tom's voice is just, you know, again at certain points, like in Bridges, I think there are a couple of bridges where like his voice just soars. Um, and I'm like, I'm liking this song a lot. This is really cool. There was one, there was a sound that came in, like I think it came in once, like it was like sandpaper. It was almost like this kind of like
yeah,
this
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
that was really interesting. Um, and then there were a couple of times when it might be this bridge that I'm talking about, where it might be the last word he says is heart or arms. It's really hard to tell, but then it echoes. It just kind of like just sort of keeps sort of, you know, echoing. And I thought
I'd
that
have
was
to hear it
so
again.
brilliant. It was so good.
You don't
And
remember the line though, the whole line?
no, no, because he's singing,
Okay.
right? And no, no. And then at the end there was like this bass part. Bass was like doo 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 doo, and then there was like this faint and it just kept repeating like 4 or 5 times. Thought that was really cool. And so yeah, man, just really enjoyed that.
Good. I'm surprised you hadn't heard it yet. This was the most popular song from this album. But then again, as far as popular music goes, this was a little bit under the radar. Um,
Okay.
I wasn't listening to the radio much when this came out, so I don't know how much airplay this particular song
Yeah.
got.
Okay.
But but I'm glad it was new to you.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
cool.
So yeah, so anything else about the song? Because again, like I said, I liked it a lot, man, and
No, I
I'm
think
going back. I'm gonna listen to it again.
I think we covered it.
Ah, cool.
We've talked about the band before, so we got a
Yeah,
lot of radio. You folks who don't know, we got a lot of Radiohead songs.
yeah. Go back.
Check them out.
What do we have now, Chris? Like maybe 12, 14, maybe even more than that.
It's definitely up there.
Radiohead songs, yeah, that we
I don't
reacted
know.
to.
I don't know, but quite a
It
few.
is one of the heavily when I think about bands like Arctic Monkeys, Radiohead is right up there. Yeah, cool.
As far as the number of songs we've
That's the
covered.
number of songs that we
Yeah,
reacted to.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna take us out, Chris, and say have a good
Yeah.
night. And to
You too.
everyone out there, thanks for watching us. Really hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the song, and hit the like button if you did. And we'll see everyone on the next episode of Into the Music.